this computer. Got a couple more people coming in. Hey, everybody. I'm sorry if you've been to all the sessions today. You're going to hear me say this before every session. So if you want to just show up 2 minutes late so you don't have to hear it, that's great. My name is Susie Harloff. I am the coordinator for the Color Guard track at the Summer Symposium. Thank you so much for being here. We just wanted to give you guys a little bit of camp since we're not able to be together in Muncie right now. I wanted to make this content as easily accessible as possible. So there was no registration, there's no passwords you had to use, but the downside of that is anybody and everybody could jump onto these Zooms if they get the code. So I will be monitoring the whole time, monitoring the chat and monitoring people's screens. If you guys see any inappropriate content, please flag me down in the chat, or we just want to take care of any disruptions that might occur. We've had a really smooth morning so far with lots of great instruction. Anyway, wait, okay. Hi, there's me. I just want to get that out of the way. We are aware that Zoom bombing can occur. We're going to try to make sure that it doesn't. We're just going to have a great time learning from our next instructor. Miss Shannon Clark is here.
Hi, everyone.
And I'm going to pass this over to you, so feel free to introduce yourself and let's get going.
Okay, awesome. Hi, I'm Shannon Clark, and I live in Lexington, Kentucky. So welcome to my old Kentucky home right here in the Bluegrass. I am a special education teacher at a high school, and I also do color guard for Lexus Winter Guard and the University of Kentucky Color Guard are my current two teams that I work with. Today we're going to be talking about working on adding lower body into your choreography, specifically with flag, and mostly for doing things in the hold, like in a hold type situation. So not really on the move, even though the phrase that we're going to work with today, you could easily add a little left, right, and opportunities for maybe like a chasse tour or something. So if we had time at the end, we'll talk about using the phrase that we'll do today on the move. I'm going to teach a basic 16 count phrase with a pop toss at the end for 4 counts to add on to the end. You're welcome to take this phrase and use it in any time that you want, so have at it. I call this phrase the foo-foo. I like that name. Okay. So we're gonna get started. I don't know if you're joining me. I'll be back over to talk through a few things. I did wanna say that when you go to incorporate body under your flag work, you wanna think about, am I doing this on the move or am I doing it in a hold? And then also, you know, do I want the body should really come out of your technique program. So I did want to share a couple of ways to make sure that you're teaching body that you might want to use, but not really go over it in a lot of detail. So the first thing I would recommend is having some type of small release catch exercise. Like I call them pull hits, because you pull, let go, hit, catch, and then incorporating body underneath those. So I'm going to do a few things with that, and you're welcome to join me or not. Back up here in my yard. So I'm just going to release my flag and catch it at an angle, and then release it again and catch it at the next angle. And I'm going to release it again and catch it at the next angle. And finally, I'm going to catch it all the way to flat. So there's 4 catch positions. And what I would encourage you to do is to teach your students body positions that you want to use. So here I've just changed the first catch to a body position that looks something like this with a low forced arch, so that I could use this body in my show, but I've cleaned it in technique. So I'm using it, teaching it with something I'll start my classes with or my daily schedule. Maybe the next one I'm going to release and move my feet together. Another strong catch position where my body just pulls into a first position. The next one I'm going to cross my foot behind. So you can see I've crossed my left foot behind my right to make a large lunge shape. Kind of matches the angle of the flag. A little aggressive position where the flag and the leg match. And then finally, I'm going to catch flat in a low second position. So I have a big open foot position, my head's down, I'm taking my face down, and my flag crosses at my knee. So there's just 4 body positions that I would encourage you to incorporate into a technique program where your students are doing them, doing the next one, right, and then coming back up to start again. And that way you're teaching these body position. So when you want to use them, you've already looked at that type of shape and your students have muscle memory to use it. Those are great to use both like with catches, small releases, or even big tosses. You can just incorporate some of those catches. So I hope that was helpful. I'm gonna use a few of those into our choreography. So now I'm gonna back up and teach you just a little bit of choreography. It's 16 counts. I'll do it facing you, and then I will turn around and do it facing away. So we're gonna start at the downright slam. I have my left hand on the top third of the pole, and my right hand is palm up at the tab. And we're gonna take our left hand to our waist and push the right hand out to the down low 45. I'm gonna switch it back over to this low 45. It's kind of below my shoulder, not up where I started, but lower, and then up, corner, and across to the other up corner. So I did 4 corners. That's 4 counts. I went down, down, up, up. We're gonna count those as 1, 2, 3, 4. And then turn around and do it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the next 4 counts, we're gonna do a small, I'm gonna rotate my shoulders by pushing the shoulder way to the side and rowing the flag up and down behind me. That will take counts 5 through 8. So I'm gonna go turn to the back 45, up and down, down. That's 5 through 8. So now we have down 1, down 2, up 3, up 4, turn 5, angle 6, angle 7, down 8. And I'm back to where I started. Then turn around, do those to the back. I have down 1, down 2, up 3, up 4, turn down, angle, angle, and down. Okay, let's move on through counts 9 through 12. So this is just gonna be a big rainbow with the left hand where your flag comes way up and way over, right back to what I like to call home base. So I'm gonna come up on count 9, let it fall 10 and 11 and 12. All the way back to home base. I'm gonna keep my checkpoints as I do this on all these 45-degree angles. So 9 is the up 45, 10 is gonna be the out 45, 11 is gonna be the down 45, where I have to change my wrist a little bit, and 12 is back to home base. Okay, so let's do all those counts facing. I'll be facing you as if you were my audience. I have down 1, cross 2, up 3, over 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, lift 9, 10, 11, grab 12. Okay, then you're gonna take a turn. This time I'm just gonna march my turn out, going right, left, right, left. That's how I'll do the turn with, quote, no body. So let's do all 16 counts facing you. You as like my instructor or my audience. I have push down 1, cross 2, up 3, up 4, turn my shoulders and up 7. I call this home base, up 45, 45, down 45, home base, march it out, up, around, and down. Yeah, so let's do that facing this way for you, as if you were the performer and you're learning it behind me. Down 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Turn my shoulders. 7, home base, and 9, 10, 11, home base, march it out, up, and around, and down. Okay, so that's my simple phrase. I call it the foo-foo. Does anyone need any help? Or are there any like comments on here about, does anybody need any help or anything with that phrase? Would like me to repeat it? You can always comment in the chat and then I will come check it every now and then. Okay, so this phrase is really simple. What you'll also notice about the phrase is the turn at the end. That brings us back to what I call home base, which is that right slam. A lot of students have trouble with that. So when they turn, you'll see them, like the flag should come directly through the center line of the body as you turn. And students will like wonky that thing around, kind of crazy. So I know I'm a Kentucky girl, but I call it the KY turn. So I really want to literally put my arms in the letter K shape when I'm at this first checkpoint, and then a Y shape at the top, and then a K, and then I call it back to home base. So it's KY, K home, which, you know, I'm from Kentucky, so, well, Kentucky home works out great for me, but it might help you teach your students to turn a little better so that their flags look the same in the turn. Okay, let's do the whole phrase one more time. I'm gonna face you. So we have down 1, down 2, up 3, up 4, turn my shoulders, home base, big rainbow, home base, march it out, 5, okay, home, and when we get here, we're gonna throw a standard pop toss, right back to what I call home base. Okay, so there's the phrase, real simple, right? Like there's no body, we just stood there and did it. It's gonna look great if you put line 1 facing the front, line 2 facing the back. If you got more lines, line 3 face the front, line 4 face the back. This phrase is gonna look really great if it is layered. Yes, I can repeat the phrase. Come on, do it again. So we have down 1, bring it back across 2, take it to the up corner 3, up corner 4. Then I'm gonna rotate my shoulders and come down to the back 45. I'll lift this flag up on 6, bring it back into the front 7, back to home base on 8. Left hand takes over, up 9, 10, 11, squeeze 12, I return to home base. And then we're gonna take a KY turn, K, Y, K, home base. Finally, I'm gonna finish with a pop toss at the end, 4 count toss, right back to home base. Okay, so like every 4 counts, you're really returning to the same place, if that is at all helpful, to keep the phrase kind of simple in A class. I'm throwing up, up, down, up 1, up 2, down, it's like 3. So it's really like a 3 count turn, toss. So yeah. Okay, great, let's do that phrase one more time. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, down, 6, 7, 8, rainbow, I call this a rainbow, squeeze, turn it out, and toss. Okay, so now we're gonna take that phrase and we're gonna do some body that's kind of, maybe I would call it funky, fun, hip, maybe it just feels a little groovy. Okay, so what I wanna do at the beginning on these first 4 counts is I wanna take big lunges, like a big lunge this way where this leg is really straight and this one's really bent, and then I really wanna switch. So I wanna straight and bend, quick switch, right? And then I wanna straighten bend, and then I wanna straighten bend. So those are gonna be my first 4 count. I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Really bend in one knee, straighten the other knee to shift your weight. You want your belly button to travel back and forth over the bent knee, so you don't look like this. That looks kind of funny, but if you shift your belly button from side to side, it helps. Okay, so we're gonna take our flag from the beginning. We're gonna go shift, 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 shift. Nice big lunge on either side. Okay, let's try those 4 counts if you're doing it with me. We got 5, 6, 7, here we go. Down 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Okay, now I'm gonna use my left foot. I'm gonna step back on count 5 as I turn my shoulders. I'm gonna step back again on 6 and lift that front foot. Oh, on a hill. That's fun. And then I'm gonna step back to second. Okay, so we were in a big lunge. This is beat 4. It makes my left foot available to step on beat 5. Step 5 and lift, 7 and 8. Right back to home base. Count 6. When you step behind and lift, it's a great performance count. So again, coming from this lunge, I'm gonna really I can perform this count 6 really well. And the flag will frame your face nicely. Okay, then I'm gonna take one of those positions I taught you on the spins and stops. So I just stepped down, I taught you on the pull hits or the technique incorporation part. I just stepped down with my right foot. So as I lift my flag, I'm gonna lift and step behind to a shape that I showed you. So now my leg through my flag is one line. So this is like where I'm gonna get count 9, 10, and then I'm just gonna pick that foot up and step back into this position. That's 12. So I went, let's review 12 with the body. My body goes shift 1, shift 2, shift 3, shift 4, step and turn my shoulders 5, look at the audience, step down 7, 8, lift this up on 9 as I lift my flag, cross it behind 10, lift it up on 11, step down on 12. And that puts me back at home base for the third time. I'm gonna incorporate all that together. So I have 5, 6, 12 counts, goes down, lunge, 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 step, look, and down, lift, place, lift, step, back to home base. And then I have my right foot available to step on the next count, so I'm going to do a chasse tour turn where I'm gonna step, and then I'm gonna lift and land. I hope I'm still on the screen. Can't see myself. So I step behind here, lift, step down, change my weight to my right foot, hold my feet together, land on my left, step with my right, putting me right ready to do the next thing, which is the toss. Okay, coming over to see how I'm doing. I can, yes, I will turn and face the other direction. Okay, then I'm just gonna do it a couple more times facing away from you so that you'll see it the way you would learn it. Okay. So the body goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, left, step, second. Let's do those 8 counts again. And 5, 6, 7, 8. You've got low, low, up, up, step, lift, step, second. Okay, the next counts. These are counts 9 through 12. I'm gonna lift on 9. As I lift my flag, I'm gonna step back on 10. I'm gonna lift again on 11 and step on 12. So we're doing counts 9 through 12. And 5, 6, 7, lift your left foot, go lift, step, lift, step. Again, the feet just go lift, place, lift, place. That's all your feet are doing. Okay, and then I put my foot down on 12, I'm gonna reinitiate 13 into my KY turn. I gotta turn my shoulders to keep my flag in the center of my body. I'm gonna pull my feet together in a chasse into 5th. As I turn, I'm actually jumping and would be off the ground at this point of my chasse. I would land with my left foot first as I come back through my last K, and my right foot lands on 16 in 2nd. So now I'm gonna go back and do counts 9 through 16 very slowly with the feet. We're at 8, I'm gonna lift 9, step, 10, lift 11, 12, and 13, chasse tour, and land, and step. And a little faster this time. Here comes 5, 6, 7, 8. I go lift, step, lift, grab, step, up, land, and land. Okay. Coming to check you out. Let's do all 16, and I'll do it facing away from you, and I'll count us off with a 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8 if you're doing it with me. Okay? Here we go. 5, 6, and 5, 6, 7 from the top. We go lunge, 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 step, lift, step, and down. We go lift, reach, lift, step, right together, and left, land, right. Oh, I'm still in the picture. How'd you do? I hope you did great. I can't tell. If you're learning along, I hope you're having fun. I'm having fun. I'm sweating. Sweating is good. So let's try it again, okay? Here we go. 5, and 6, and 5, 6, 7. Here we go. It's lunge, 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 lunge. Step, step, and step, up, back, and sweep, tour, and land, and toss. Hollywood toss. I'm still having fun. I hope you are too. Stepped on my foot. Now let's do it where I face you one more time. And then maybe I'll just give you a few minutes to like do it on your own and ask me some questions. I do plan to do this exact same phrase and teach you another different version of body that you could use for something a little bit more not so like fun or poppy, or, you know, like your power hit in your closer or your power hit in your opener is probably what I would use this body for, something that sounded more aggressive or quick. Just something different you could use for maybe a different song. Or, you know, I don't even mind when I teach my groups, especially younger groups who get custom choreography for like their whole show. I'll use the same phrase like maybe twice in the opener and the exact same phrase maybe twice in the closer, in different places and different ways, just because you run out of time playing it and sometimes people can't remember. So I don't hesitate to reuse with different bodies sometimes, and not have to think that every single phrase of my entire show has to be a completely different phrase. So yeah, especially at the college level, where in college we learn like 4 marching band shows that are 5 to 7 minutes long in like 2 months. So I reuse a lot of stuff. Here we go. Let's take this phrase again, and I'll face you this time. And 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. We go lunge, 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 step, lift, step, down, lift, step, lift, squeeze, chasse, tour, up, land, set, and now we would toss. Toss. So there you got 20 count phrase. Okay, and then you could add any body that you really wanted under the toss, depending on the level of your group. So maybe we'll talk about that too. Okay, is there any requests over there, comments or anything? Anything anybody needs that's attending the session? Okay, fantastic. So let's do the same phrase, but we're gonna keep the flag the same. But let's do some different body underneath of it. So this time, I'll face this way at first. We're starting in second. We're gonna hop our feet together for 2 counts and then apart. So you're gonna go feet together, feet apart, feet apart. Okay, let's try those 4 counts. If you're doing it with me, we go hop and hop. So you're hopping together on 1 and you're hopping out on 3. We got 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, feet together, feet apart, and this time we're gonna plie onto the right foot and lift the left foot. So you're gonna go for 5 through 8. Plie, lift, and down. So I'll count 5 as my plie when I cut behind and turn my shoulders. 6 is a lift. I feel like the sticker on the color guard car right here. 6, and then I just step down on 8 to finish. So your leg is suspending in the air on 7. So we go hop and plie and suspend and step. Back to second. We're gonna transfer and do another plie suspend on the left foot. So on count 9, I'm gonna replace my weight as I start to lift my flag, lift, back to second. So 9 through 12 is basically the same body as 5 through 8. You're just gonna use your left foot instead of your right foot. Okay, let's start at the beginning again. We hop in 1, 2, hop about 3, 4, step, 5, lift, 6, lift, 7, step, 8, lift, 9, 11, 12. So that's kind of like a little simpler, you know, because there's less steps, but still big and effective to get some motion. So a little bit of low and high. So when you're doing this, the first hops you probably want to get low, nice and low down here, and then the next hops we would hop up to a higher standing position. Then I'm gonna plie to lift, and then I'm gonna come back through plie, so this is low, and that will give me the next high. Right, so these bodies, if you see the little color guard flag people on the car, that's what they remind me of. Okay, so that takes us 9 through 12. This time, our turn's gonna be called a soutenu turn, I believe, if I was a dancer. So I put my weight back down. I'm just gonna take my left foot and cross it and plant the ball my left foot into the ground, like way across, and then I can just lift up and pivot, 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 plant. And it kind of gets me twisted up. So it's a neat little turn to not leave your spot. Whereas on our previous choices of lower body, we were potentially traveling maybe like 2 marching band steps out of our spot, which if you do that in a window block facing front and back and you travel 2 steps and everybody was already like at whatever interval, it's going to condense the lines into like 1 line, and then it would have to spread back out. But anyway, it's a way to mess with form. This way, when we do a suit new turn, that in the second version of our phrase, you don't leave your spot. So again, the suit new turn, you just came from lifted, step down, cross your left foot across. Okay, and then you're just gonna pivot, unwind on the balls of your feet and plant your right heel. And your left heel will just stay up for you to step out to throw the toss. Okay, so I'm gonna do all the body facing away. So we have hop in for 2, hop out for 2, you go plie, lift and down, lift, down, and cross, pivot, around, plant, and then you're gonna step out when you toss. Let's add the flag, okay? So 5, 6, 7, 8, you hop in for 2, you hop out for 2, plie, up, up, plie, up, plie, cross, KY turn as I pivot, and then I'm gonna step out on the toss. Let's do it again, okay? We got 5, 6, 7, 8, I hop in for 2, I hop out for 2, plie, lift, hold, plie, lift, 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 plie, cross, KY turn, toss. Okay, I'm gonna do it facing you and faster. I'll count 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8 if you wanna do it with me. And 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, we go. Hop in, hop out, and plie, lift, and plie, lift, and cross around, around, plant, toss, and catch. How's it going? How's it going out there in the world? Any requests? Hi, Miranda. I saw you laugh at me. It's a good deal. Hi. Right now I can see Callie, Miranda, Stephanie, and iPad 7. I hope y'all are having a great day. And I can see so many more.
Hey, Shannon.
Okay. Yes.
I have a question for you.
I love questions.
How, like when you had your basic flag phrase with no body.
Yes.
How did you come up with your choreography underneath what you were doing? Do you have a process that you do to help you figure out choreography to go with it?
Yeah, sometimes. So when I was thinking of what lower body I wanted to do with this group, it was, I just don't know what level everyone's going to join me. So I wanted to keep it simple in choosing things that people could use, especially with like a younger, newer performer. So just some simple stuff, like not a lot of crazy feet, not a lot of responsibility down there, but just something that adds some flair, some variety, like the decorations on the bookshelf, you know, without going crazy or overboard. So one, I really consider like what level are the students I'm going to teach now? And how much mastery do they have in the equipment? Because the equipment mastery of skills is definitely going to help. So if I have students who really don't know anything about spinning flag, I'm gonna keep the lower body more of just like plies and lunges, and maybe like things that happen only on the whole beat for beginning performers. Things that happen in like 2 counts, like jump in, hold 2, jump out, hold 2, and like single step, 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 step. I want those things to go for more young performers. And I also consider like if you're at the A class, younger performers, most skills are going to keep 2 hands on the pole pretty often. So those things help younger performers. As we move to older performers, that's when you start doing things like the chasse tour that we did, because that considers and counts. So you get like dut, 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 instead of just dut, 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 because older performers can handle more understanding of their equipment already. So their brain can process more challenging rhythms in the lower body. We don't explore a lot of those more challenging rhythms in the lower body, just because I try to keep this class that we're doing today online more for the beginner level skills, to beginner to intermediate for the marching band field, because that's probably where most people are teaching right now. I'm just assuming, so I might be wrong. If somebody wants to tell me it's wrong, I'm okay.
I just want to add that I think you made a really, really good point. For the instructors that are on here thinking about adding lower body to their choreography, you've got to keep in mind the abilities of your kids. Just because a beautiful giant tour jeté looks great under the choreography, if your kids aren't trained to do that, it's not really something you should throw in there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And also, like at the younger level, you're going to want to put most of your body in a hold situation where they don't have the responsibility of where do I move to, at what pace do I move. So this phrase, you could just do marching left, right, left, right. Like you could totally take this phrase and march it right along, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, turn it around, left, right, and then stop and hold for your toss at the end. But like we add lower body, especially for the younger performers, on the hold only. So they don't have to travel with like chasse, saute, step together, step, tour jeté, march backwards 3 counts, do this turn, face my hips this way. It's a lot of responsibility for younger performers. Also, when I start thinking about what choreography I want to put in, I consider what's the musical style of this music. Is it fast and aggressive? Is it staccato? Is it legato? And so I might do like more of the, like when I say the color guard car picture, like plie, lift my leg, like that's probably going to be in some things that are more soft. Whereas the first one where I'm like marching it out and doing a little bit more feet under it and some more aggressive shapes in the body might be for something that sounded more aggressive. So I consider those things when making choices. The ability of the performer and what does the music sound like? And can they do it? Can they do it? So sometimes I watch my performers and I'm like, oh, we're not getting this. It's already been like 2 days and we're struggling. So I'll say, you guys know what? I like really made a mistake and I think I didn't write this right. So I'll just suck it up and say like, hey, you know what? I didn't write this well for the music. Let me go ahead and just change this to something and then I will make it what both fits the music and the performers can do. So I usually put on me so that no one feels bad. I don't want anybody to feel bad. Yeah. What else do we want to talk about? Should we do more phrases? I don't know.
Well, someone asked what the tempo was, and I think that's whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, you can do this to any piece of music that you want. I would recommend probably teaching it around like 95 to maybe like 95 to like 100 beats a minute, but you can do it anything. You can speed it up once performers can do it at a slower speed and they understand the angles that you want their flags to be, which I kind of talked about when I taught it, the angles of your count 5, count 6, count 7, count 8 and all that, and they understand it and they can do it in any time, any tempo would work. Okay. You can get it all the way up to like 160, whatever you got going on in your closer or something. I teach a brand new high school color guard. You want to turn under your toss. Yeah, I can help you with that a little bit. So we didn't talk about any body under the toss. So I will talk to you about turning under the toss. So I want to go ahead and like plant my feet before I turn under the toss. So I don't know if you can see my feet. I can't see me anymore.
We can see your feet.
I'm going to ungallery. Okay. So I get my feet, when I come out of like, let's say this chasse tour, I'm going to step down with my right and I'm going to plant my left foot behind me. Right? And when I throw this toss, I'm going to choose to turn this way. And I'm going to turn on the ball of my back foot. So I get set, my back foot's propped up. I'm going to release I'm gonna toss, and then I'm gonna flip around and find my flag real quick and step back down in front. I'm gonna go toss, flip, flag, catch. It's a little hard to turn out here in my shoes on my hill. Let's try it. Everybody get ready to laugh at me because we're recording this. So I'm gonna toss, I go toss, turn around and catch. Awesome. So yeah, you want your feet just planted and then you go toss one, and two. And by two, I really wanna, I want to spot my flag, even though I'm not gonna get my foot down on two, I'm gonna get my foot down on like three. And this is not a skill for your A-class color guard until they can actually like all toss and catch really great. And probably not something you want to try in the wind, because outside color guard, you might hurt some people. They might hurt themselves, especially if they're pretty young. So again, I like, out of my first phrase, get my chasse tour, step, set my back foot down, go toss, turn, look, catch. And not advertise on hills. Trying to do it on the hill. It's really kind of sloppy, my feet under the flag. But I hope that helped. Did I mute myself? No.
I can hear you just fine. And that dog, is that your dog?
That is my neighbor's dog. It likes me. It talks to me like all the time. Yeah. Yes, yay for university. For your university person, like I have a whole nother class on university color guard that we didn't put on here because usually that's not what we're doing, but maybe you should message me, Jalen. You should message me and I'll talk to you about university color guard because I got a whole system that I love for it.
I will find you after this. I got you.
Okay, sweet.
Are you willing to put your email on here, Shannon?
Yeah, sure.
To email you, I'll type it out while you're.
Do my Yahoo, please, not my school.
Okay.
Thank you. What else could I do for anyone? I hope this is helpful to you. I think the phrase I've taught you, I call it the foo-foo, because I reuse it a lot. And I'm like, hey, y'all know the foo-foo? Well, we're gonna do that here. And because it starts out like, foo-foo-foo, I don't know. I just don't know why I call it that. But you could use it. It's a really good phrase for facing people front and back. If you're in two lines, I would have the front line face front and the back line face back. It'll create really nice opposite motion with some fast and some slow. But I would choose the same body for all the people. Like I wouldn't pick like Shannon's version A body for the front line and Shannon's version B body for the back line. Like don't do that. Everyone does the same body, but just you could face them in some opposite directions. It might also be a good phrase if you had a big scatter form to face everyone in their own direction. It would create a lot of visual noise, that phrase, because it has some fast and some slow and some big extensions that would like look really cool.
Okay, Shannon, I'm sorry, because there's some great questions coming up on chat.
Oh, good.
I don't have your Yahoo email.
Okay, I'll type it in there. It is shannon.clark78@yahoo.com.
Got it.
Okay. Thank you. For young guards, what are some simple movement to start doing under tosses that do not involve turns? Okay, awesome. So like under tosses, some basic body is like a good toss and then just leaning to the side and coming back up to catch. So you would go like toss, lean, lean, catch. Kind of like that. It lets people like get another visual motion. And I would take your hands after you toss. This hand should touch your side when you toss. And then go ahead and take the other one down the side so that your hands are streamlined with your body and you don't have like this going on. But you could also like take your hands and put them like somewhere else underneath. So just a simple lunge, usually away from the hand that tossed. So I kind of go like, I'm tossing with my right hand in this toss. Right back to it. Another one is to pull your feet together or to jump out on the catch. So let's say that I started by like saying, here is a catch position, or like I showed you this in the technique program part, or even this one in the technique part, or even this one. So let's say I go toss together, down. So I just jump my feet together on beat 2 and then down on the catch count 4. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, toss in, out. And I change the catch to flat down there. So those are some simple ones. Another simple one is just to pull your foot in on the release. So this is probably even easier than the last one because you had to toss on 1, do feet on 2, hold feet on 3, and then jump on 4. So this might be a little easier where you're gonna like pull your feet in on the release. I would pull my left foot to my right toss hand, and then I would step out that way on the catch, or any of these variations on the catch. I'm gonna choose the one I just did. So on my release, I'm gonna go release and toss my flag from like turned out first releve. And then as the flag comes down to my catch place, I'm gonna step back and catch it in this place. So I go toss, hold, jump, and step back with that foot to catch. And I could also catch this flat, same toss, same body, but just takes me a little bit lower to the ground. Oh, on my hill. So step down like that into the back. Are a couple like simple things that you can do for that. Or you can also do like a little hand jive. So maybe I'm gonna like toss whatever, bring my hands into here and then out to a catch, or you know, my hands under the toss might be something that's like thematic for my show. So if my show was like speak no evil, I might go toss, hold, catch. Or if my was like hear no evil or something, or like Panic at the Disco, I might like do this under my toss, something like that. So I don't have to do anything with my body. I could just do something with my hands or my face. But incorporating the technical elements that I started this with, where you do like small release skills and teach like 4 body positions, you can use those body positions under any catch position, if that was helpful. Yay, I'm glad that was perfect. Awesomeness. What else can I help anyone with? This is fun. I wish we were together. Sounds great. Well, Susie has placed my email there, shannon.clark78@yahoo.com. I am a moderately awesome email checker. I am not excellently awesome. So I'll check my email for the next couple days pretty consistently to see if you guys want to email me. That'd be great. Please try to write something in the subject like MFA question or something, so I don't like skip you over as if you were junk mail, because that would make me very sad and I don't want anyone to feel looked over. So please put your subject something like MFA so that I can catch your question. You can also Facebook message me. I'm Shannon Clark and I have on a UK hat and a smile.
Always.
Smiles are good.
Hey, I wanted to just touch base with those of you who might have attended this with us today who have not been to the Color Guard Instructor Academy. And I know I see some students on here with us as well. Hello. This is one of the classes we usually offer every summer. And it's really, really fun when we're in person, because what Shannon usually does is she teaches that flag phrase that she taught you. What's it called? Foo-foo?
A foo-foo.
Foo-foo. Or something similar. And then you guys get into teams and you have to add your body based on a theme.
Yeah.
And the teams show the different ways they can make that choreography look with different body stylings underneath. So come next year, hopefully we'll be all back together and we can do the class full out as intended. But Shannon, thank you. That was a pretty great virtual adaptation for something that we're missing greatly this week.
Everyone's welcome. That's saying thanks. So somebody said, what can I do that are more advanced? If you're getting into more advanced things, like with your guard, that's when you're going to start seeing more things that happen in one hand and not always two. Not returning to home base every 4th count. So phrases are going to be a little longer. This phrase was pretty simple. You're going to see phrases where you might not ever return to the same spot because your performers are so comfortable with their flag and the understanding of space that they can maintain longer periods of time without having to like stop and start the next thing. You're also gonna start cutting a lot more out of the two-dimensional plane, just like flat in the toaster or whatever, which is everything I taught today was just two-dimensional, flat to the front wall, back wall. Getting into like a lot more carving, maybe one-hand carving, like cutting on 45s, wrapping around the body, maybe manipulating the flag with parts of your body that aren't just your hand, where you're like rolling it through your shoulders or over some other parts of your body, depending on if you're working indoor or outdoor color guard. That's when you start getting into more of the open and world-class skills. So cutting more planes, less dependent on two hands, and more variety and length of phrase.
Yeah, and of course that would go along with, if you have in a more advanced group, they're going to have a more advanced dance vocabulary. So like that turning the towards the, what did you call that? The chasse?
The chasse tour or chasse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like a chasse, but you turn. Yeah.
And then always pushing the performance and expressive qualities envelope with your more advanced kids. You know, letting the whole body perform, not just legs and arms. I guess.
Hey, Randy, you got to come next year. We're going to be COVID free and we're going to have so much fun.
We are.
Yeah.
All right. And I will invite anybody on here, if you are not already on our Facebook groups, students, we have a student Facebook group, Music for All, Color Guard at the Summer Symposium. If you search a combination of those words, it'll come up. And then instructors, we do have the CGIA, or the Color Guard Instructor Academy, at Music for All Summer Symposium. Join the groups, especially the directors. That group is super active all year long. You can post questions, videos, get feedback from other instructors around the country. It's a great community to have. So, all right, everybody, unless there's anything else, we're gonna call it a session and get ready for the next one.
Thanks for coming, everybody. I hope you're safe and happy at your home.
Yay.
Enjoy your summer and do some color guard.
Thank you, Shannon.
Thanks. Thank you, Susie.
Everybody.
Bye.